I've been playing Warcraft 3 for about 7 years now. It pretty much started with the first Blizzard game that I picked up, which was Warcraft 2. My dad brought it home on this eventful day. We had been studying Warcraft 2 reviews in the gaming magazines for pretty much a very long time, ever since way before it got released. And well, my dad is he was always very good to us, and he knew we liked that game, and he brought home the game on a day. Uh, at that time, my brother and myself, we pretty much wanted the first shot at it, and we made a bet about who could play it first. I won, so I got to pick my race, the first. I got the first crack at playing this game, and it was just wonderful, way ahead of its time, beautiful graphics, very cool gameplay, and I think from that point onwards I pretty much became a Blizzard Entertainment games fan. And ever since that time I played all the games that they brought out. Warcraft 2, Starcraft, Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, and then eventually Warcraft 3. It was when I had been playing Starcraft 1 for quite a while already, and I liked the game. It was a good game, but I didn't play it like months on end. It was just one of the games that I thought was very good, but I had a lot of other things going on, sports, martial arts, school, and it was just not at that point in time when perhaps other players were playing professional already. I didn't know anything about that yet. I was just a casual gamer. But when Warcraft 3 came out, that pretty much changed. I lost interest in other games. I just thought that this game was it suited me so well in a way. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to put it in words at that time, but when I look back now, I know that the attention to detail that undoubtedly the makers put into creating the game, it also shows itself in how a player can play the game. It has an intense amount of depth and an extreme amount of complexity that you just never get bored of it. It's very fun and strategic and fast-paced, and it appealed to me in such a way that I didn't feel like playing any other games anymore. And it became a kind of thing I was looking forward to all day, to get home and play Warcraft 3. And I guess in that way it was inevitable that I rolled into competing on a higher level, because it was not in that sense a kind of plan to go professional, but it happened naturally just because my drive to constantly improve myself was undeniable. And it was at some point that I heard about the first qualifier tournament for an international tournament, and someone said, "Why don't you give it a shot?" Well, I never believed I could be the best at, I guess, at anything, including professional gaming. But I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. And I got to that tournament, the qualifier in Netherlands, in Rotterdam, the city of Rotterdam. And there was no one else there. It was probably the easiest tournament I ever didn't play or ever played. It was 35 degrees Celsius. I guess other people felt that the weather was too good to play, but for me it's not understandable. It was this amazing opportunity, and I think there would have been more players if they thought they had a chance to win. But later I heard that people said, well, there's no point traveling all the way across country when we know that Grubby is going to attend. So I don't know about that, but it gave me the first qualification to an international tournament. And I traveled to Poitiers in France, and from then onwards it's just been snowballing. I did surprisingly well for a first tournament there, and ever since then I've been hearing about always the next tournament, the next horizon, and I've just been pushing myself to compete in as many tournaments as I could and to do as well as I could. When Four Kings offered me a spot on their squad, I jumped at the chance to get my career to the next level. I started playing in team leagues, and I got this amazing opportunity to go on a trip sponsored by Intel to go to Korea for 3 months together with my team. And we started participating in this world of esports, Korea, kind of the mecca of esports, and playing in all these television leagues, and living together with a bunch of guys who are kind of like kindred spirits, having the same dreams, pursuing the same goals, and just going going for going for those matches with a kind of single-minded dedication. That was an amazing experience. After which we had some of the best years in esports was when my team and myself in Four Kings, we were unbeaten in the team leagues for over a year, for about 15 months, and eventually I joined another team, Meteor Makers, in which I had the chance once more to play with players who are either better or just as good as me, which I find to be a very motivating environment. When other people are doing things which you may not be able to do yet, it gives me the kind of motivation to try and learn from them and to try and also carry my game to the next level. I've played for 1 year there as well, and funnily enough also sponsored by Intel, and it pretty much became a red thread to my career to get all these amazing opportunities while playing in teams that were sponsored by Intel. And the last of which is when I joined Team Evil Geniuses very recently, or I don't know if it's recent when the video gets shown anymore, but the last step was when I joined Team Evil Geniuses, and once more I feel like I'm in a team where I feel really good and where I get the chance to focus on what's really important for me, which is to compete in tournaments, and I don't really have to think about anything else than that. Being a pro gamer really opened up my world, and I think it really shaped me as a person, because I've done an incredible amount of traveling for someone my age, thanks to pro gaming, thanks to getting opportunities from sponsors such as Intel, going on these trips which normally I think I could have only ever dreamed of. Spending 3 months in Korea, I went on this crazy PR tour with Intel through Taiwan, Singapore and Malaysia, and I've met so many interesting people and seen so many different countries and learned so much about the world that I feel this is a series of experiences that I will forever be grateful for and thankful that I was able to experience them. And in a way that's pretty much thanks to Intel.